Today's July 1st and welcome to the Quarantine Christmas. Or at least that's what we're going to call it, because I've been waiting for all this stuff to show up now for over 2 months, so that way I would have my complete package together to share with you guys the big surprise. Some of you more advanced backcountry people might already know, since I have the skin savers out here in the bag, so we'll skip that. Let's start off with the great stuff first. And check out the board. Oh, sweet. As always, the house hooks it up. I got a kick-ass beanie that I actually probably won't wear, but I'm gonna give to my girlfriend because she's always cold and stealing mine. I'm gonna preemptively apologize for the construction and all the noise going on in the background right now, but I've been waiting 2 months to film this and I'm not waiting any longer. I want to test out my gear and open up everything. As you guys can see here, this is the Voile Spartan in a 166. This is one of the wider waist split boards out there, especially in the budget department. Speaking of budgeting, this whole setup, besides my bindings, is the cheapest possible route to go. Unfortunately, the binding plates to use traditional snowboard bindings add a lot of extra weight and inhibit performance to the point where I refuse to do it. I'd rather soak up the extra 300 bones and get the solid ones that I really wanted. But we'll get to that later. Don't worry, I'm not littering. This is my own front yard, and I plan on picking it all up here shortly. This board does come with all your clips and pucks, but it did not say that it came with the actual puck guide, and that's awesome. I'm really stoked about that because it's a cheap plastic, and it's something that I'm probably inevitably going to break in the back of my car or lose. I'd also like to note that their channel pucks do not come in a straight version. They only come in a canted version, and that's something you may want to think about if you like to ride with your feet real close together. For those of you with a wider stance, the 3 degrees won't make a difference. It might actually help relieve some of the pain on your knees. However, anybody with a close stance will want to consider other options. Hands down, I went with a Voile Spartan because it is the cheapest split board on the market. I picked this up for $385 from the house. I'm just super stoked to be able to get the experience in the backcountry without spending primo dollars. Next up on the list, if you guys can't already tell from the tape here, is a package from Evo. I really like this company as well. Them and the house are probably my favorite 2 companies to order from because they have such fast shipping, they're dependable, their customer service is great, and their prices are the best. As long as you catch them during a sale. Like anywhere, you can pay retail for anything or you cannot. So I'm going to briefly touch on this, even though it's not a necessity for splitboarding. It is a really good idea. My heli backpack was not large enough. I went with a larger one so that way I could fit more gear, because as you guessed it, if you're going to be camping for a day or you're going to be just out hiking all day long, you're going to bring more crap than if you're just on a 4-hour or 8-hour heli excursion. This here is where the money went. I'm a large fellow, and I know for a fact that I wanted a stiffer binding, so I wanted a solid base plate on my splitboard bindings, which means I had to go with the Arc Surge. These things set me back $407. This hands down was the most expensive part of the entire setup, but I'm counting on it because these bindings are the best. The pin issue has been solved completely. The heavy-duty base plates and the reinforced high backs will go a long way. But let's open them up and show you what they come with. That's why you're all here, right? Oh, they're so light for being metal, wow. And listen, that's real metal. They do make standard snowboard adapters for these, so that way you can slide them on a traditional board instead of using a split if for whatever reason you were traveling and wanted to just bring one pair. It's a great option. However, I felt like it was $60 I didn't need since I already spent a butt ton of money on these bad boys. Something to note is these do not come with pucks. So make sure your board already has a set of pucks, or you have a line to get pucks somewhere else. Since I just mentioned that the surge bindings do not come with pucks, I actually went on Facebook Marketplace and picked up another set of channel pucks because I found a guy who got a traditional board and he went back to the regular style, and that's perfect. So I picked up a mounting guide and an extra set of pucks for a whopping $25. That's half off of what they would normally cost from any company. Special shout out to Morgan. Thanks, dude. I appreciate the hookup. And I can't wait to go on an adventure with you this coming winter. And then last but not least, most of you guys probably already know what's in here due to the process of elimination. However, let's dig in. I'm not too happy how I had to break down and acquire something for BackCountry to get these skins. I know the all lawsuit and legal stuff going on. Everybody hates them right now. But at the end of the day, I'm here to show you how to board on a budget. And if they're the cheapest option, I'm going to have to tell you about it. These skins are a G3 BackCountry collab. And they came with the necessary tool to trim it down yourself, along with return mailing label in case they weren't the right size and I wanted to switch them out for longer ones due to the fact that there was a whopping centimeter or 2 centimeters off. Normally you would just go with the shorter ones, but me being a novice on the uphill with a split board and having very little skier experience, I want the largest skins I could possibly put on them. So I'm really excited to get this all set up. If you guys didn't already figure this out, my big announcement is I've joined the BackCountry community along with I'm now a skier. Watch out, Mad River Glen, we're coming for you next. With the wind picking up, the construction noise getting louder, and the neighbors deciding to blast a stereo, we're going to take this party inside to see how all this gear fits together. If there's anything you've seen me unbox here that you want more information on or another review video of, comment below and we'll make it happen.